Hello, true believers. Look, Tyson Gypsy King Fury has announced that he has officially retired. Okay, I do know that he was willing to fight. He was willing to fight Derek Chisora, willing to fight Thor. He may still fight Thor in exhibition. Okay, so he's retiring from pro fighting, but he was willing to fight as long as it was Derek Chisora. If it's the winner between Usyk and Anthony Joshua, obviously that's not enough of a motivator for him. Okay, obviously. Now, the question is, what happens with the WBC title? You know, Mauricio Suleiman has not yet informed the public what he'd do with the WBC title. I suggest this. Add it to the Usyk and AJ rematch for Undisputed. Make it for Undisputed. I know if you're a Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder fan, you know, like myself, you know, you may want to lean that way where Deontay Wilder still ranked number one for the title. Well, that's okay. He can be mandatory if he gets by Robert Helenius. He can be mandatory for the winner between Usyk and AJ. That's how I would do it. Do you guys agree? The baddest man on the planet. Undisputed. Heavyweight champion. We haven't had that since Lennox Lewis. If Tyson Gypsy King wants to retire, that's okay. I mean, I would rather him be in the sport of boxing, but if his heart's not there, okay, well, let's do Undisputed. Make AJ versus Usyk 2 for Undisputed. Let's move on. And with that being for Undisputed, then you can definitely, with Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder coming back, he can seek out his dream to try to be Undisputed. And we can finally get AJ versus Wilder or Usyk versus Wilder. See how great Usyk is. And that goes to my point about Tyson the Gypsy King Fury being great, the greatest of the era. I said the jury is still out. So if Usyk beats AJ, and this is for Undisputed, or even if not, if he takes on the winner between Robert Helenius and Wilder, if it's Wilder and Usyk beats AJ and then beats Wilder, that guy is greater than Fury. He is. If AJ beats Usyk in a rematch, both of his losses being avenged. Think about it. If AJ beats Usyk, and he's already beat Andy Ruiz and Povetkin and Pulev and Joseph Parker and Dillian White and all those boys, and he fights Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Let's say he beats him. He's greater than Fury. But then he won't stop. AJ is talking about fighting. He signed that huge contract with DAZN, right? He's talking about fighting forever. Let me get my two sugars. So let's say he moves on. He continues on. Let's say he fights the winner between Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker. I mean, he's talking about trying to be great. He's not the greatest of the era. That's why I said the jury is still out. But we know now that Tyson Gypsy King Fury has retired. I want to say this real quick too. Did you guys hear the audio? Did you guys see with the audio the stare down between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn? It sends chills through you. If you're not excited about this fight, then either you're not from the UK or you're not of the 90s. You didn't watch boxing in the 90s, or both. And in that case, I can't blame you. But everyone from the UK is probably excited. If you watch boxing in the 90s, if you were a boxing fan of the 90s, you're excited, okay? But one hell of a fight. Oh, I do want to announce this too. Roman Gonzalez versus Estrada 3 has been announced for December. They're going to fight in December. Amazing, okay? And it looks like Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford is going to happen. Multi-fight deal. I'm hearing a 3-fight deal. You guys hearing a 3-fight deal? Anyway, let's continue on. So Tyson Gypsy King Fury is now retired. And I would love to know what you all think. Let me get my Joseph Parker. Good. I want to know what you all think about what I'm suggesting. I'm going to text Mauricio Suleiman, and I'm going to say, hey, man, I'm not sure what you're going to do with that belt, but it'd be nice to get Undisputed, right? It'd be nice to get heavyweight Undisputed. Add that to it. What's that, August 20th? Hey, you could just throw it in there. It's also for the WBC vacant title. This is for Undisputed. You can throw it in. Come on, Mauricio Suleiman. Come on, everybody, share this video. Let's let Mauricio Suleiman know. Tyson Gypsy King Fury, he has retired officially. Let Mauricio Suleiman know. Hey, let this be for all the marbles. And then Deontay Wilder, what's that, October? I'm going to be taking on Robert Helenius. We can finally get AJ versus Wilder or Usyk versus Wilder. That's amazing. Andy Ruiz, he's still doing his thing, right? He's fighting King Kong Ortiz. I mean, there's some beautiful things going on ahead. And I know AJ, he has said that he wants to keep fighting and he's going to fight for a very long time. Unless Usyk, if Usyk's going to wants to reign as heavyweight, then I just like what we're seeing here. AJ and Usyk looks like they're trying to reign and be great. It'll be something for boxing if AJ were to beat Usyk, because AJ, he's one of those he lost twice. He's one of those guys, I think he'll fight everybody. And I think Usyk with Wilder, this is great. This is absolutely great. But I'm just saying, like, there's guys out there, Frank Sanchez and Jared Anderson and Joe Joyce. There's guys out there. There's many fights to make. And I haven't seen a reigning undisputed champion in a long time. You just undisputed and reigning. Remember those days? Evander the Real Deal, Holyfield. Like, just fighting and Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. I'm talking about just fighting and with all intentions to be champion and reign. I would love to know what you all think in the comments below. ShowBizz, the adult. Crazy announcement, breaking news. But Roman Gonzalez versus Estrada 3. I'm like buzzing off of that being in December. What a great year for boxing. I'm out.